Hello, my darlings. Welcome to your relationship reading, and thank you for your patience while I was ill last week. We're going to do just a little reading of how you are feeling about another and how they are feeling about you, my darling. So too many cards, Spirit. So let's pull, first of all, a card for you. I'm starting off with the Shaman's Dream Oracle for you. Thank you. How are you feeling about them? And you've got Ego Sublimation, Vanishing Mirror. Interesting. And how are they feeling about you? Thank you, Spirit. That flew out. Choices and their consequences. And in the middle, you've got getting back to integrity. I feel this relationship has been one where it's a past relationship. And you've got here Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation. So I feel that where once within this relationship there was a reflection of two egos in a lot of pain, two egos fighting egos, egos projecting onto egos, both sides. That's vanishing now within how you're feeling about it. It's vanishing because you are getting back to your integral soul. What was lost is now found, and it's found within you as well. And how they're feeling is feast of plenty, choices and their consequences. So they are also in a state of reflection about this relationship, about things that have been said and done in the past, and what has been the consequences, the consequential outcomes of where they are. And there is much for them to think about. I feel that they are also feeling, and the rain's now coming, I also feel, I'm seeing that little bee there all by itself, that they are feeling lost. This is a lost soul at this time, not part of something that was integral. But, you know, bees are part of a community. They work together, they thrive together, but on their own, they can feel very insignificant and of no worth. So I feel they're going through a certain form of unraveling at this time, but it's a very important part of the nourishment for their soul. It says here, feast of plenty, very part of the nourishment for their soul. It's very much part of their unraveling. There is much for them to consider at this time. And because it is the consequences, and because they're in a space of reflection, this is a very gentle energy that they're in. There isn't anger within this energy. There is a space of I'm feeling resonant loss, but what that loss is actually teaching them. And you with Ego Sublimation, the sublime, it is you're coming out of something, having truly understand what that relationship has given you in terms of letting go and releasing, and things that may be stuck a bit like sticky glue in terms of energy. And it is the peace that's come with that, the sublime peace that comes with the understanding that we are so much more than our ego, our identity, and our personality. And because this card is in the middle, and look at the similarity of the Vanishing Mirror and the Feast of Plenty. A lot of light in this card, a lot at the same site, the same sort of never-ending circle there as well. So both of you are in a very similar energy, and alongside of that, the energy between you, the lost compass, getting back to integrity. So I feel that you, wherever this relationship is, whether it's currently in your life, it is attached to your energy. It is an aspect of you. It is an aspect of your energy field. So whether this is a relationship in which you are separated, you are divorced, you haven't seen them for a while, they're in your life, this is the energy. If this is resonating, this is the energy that is around you at this time. Let's pull a little bit more for you. And I'm seeing the Magician's Sword. Isn't that wonderful? Number 37, confidence in your magic. My goodness, you are, with this Vanishing Mirror, what you thought was something, you've realized is something else. You've realized that is a reflection of where you were. it's given you so much more than you ever thought it could once you had moved through the dissolving and dissipating of the ego and coming into a sense of conscious awareness. And now the confidence in your magic, the confidence and the trust in your clarity, in the communication, the power of words, of what your intent, of what your will is at this time, and to be really consciously aware of that. Let's have a look at Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. Thank you, Spirit. I'm using the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Tell me more about getting back to integrity, the Lost Compass. 7 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. So 7 of Swords, as we know, is this is for me standoff, ego standoff, but it's in the back, it's in the background, it's in the past, it's in the shadows. And with this 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, with the woods here, you can now see the wood for the trees. Both of you, this is both of you, okay? So you both come into a state of repose, I'm getting. You've both come into a state of intense observation of the situation. You are both not ready to attack. You are both in a healing energy with this 7 of Swords. Do you see the 4 swords upright? So this is to say that you have both stepped into a place of acceptance of the situation, but also the wish to be alone and to observe. And then holding this sword here, the 5th sword, is change. Change is in the air. This panther is very aware of it. The panther is about reclaiming your spiritual view of life, and you both are reclaiming it. You're both remembering your spiritual view of life, and this is why you are being guided to do so, getting back to integrity, getting back to come away from conditioned behaviors that are based on triggers, on pain, and getting back to being who you are as beautiful representations of the universe as an individual, as the drop of water is to the ocean, to understanding and to accepting all sides of yourselves as well. And it takes a lot of work. You've got here the 8 of Pentacles. It takes a lot of work. Now, people don't tend, these are wasps. People don't tend to like wasps very much. But you know what? They work hard. They work hard together. There is, Spirit is saying, an extraordinary divine design that's happening here. Even if you may not be aware of it and you wish to kind of keep away in terms of energy, you know, we battle for wasp. It is asking you to continue to focus on perhaps beyond what you can see or believe, to sing a different aspect. This is part of what you've been doing, to sing a different aspect of yourself and of them, to see, not to be so attached to very strong beliefs of something, like we have a very strong belief that a wasp is going to sting us at a moment's notice and is not very nice. But actually wasps are asking you to be silent, because in the space of an ego reaction to something, you might do or say things, one of you, that you don't want the other one to receive and you wouldn't want to give. And so it is about the diligence and the hard work that it is taking for you to step into a place of observing actually what is being created right now in the energy between you, to step back and into that authentic self, which the authenticity of us is essential love. It is seeing love in all things and accepting all things exactly as they are. So what else, Spirit? And with the compass, it's about not getting lost, isn't it? That and the wasp. And this, it's about not getting lost. Spirit is helping you, and there is support from others as well. But don't get lost in what, it's not getting lost in the beliefs you may hold about this. It's about being open to believing anything, and open to receiving new insight. And that's why you're getting back to integrity, which is wonderful. Let's have a look at the vanishing mirror, ego, sublimation. Thank you, Spirit. And that's interesting. 5 is change, and that's number 58 in the card. 5 is change, and 8 is the infinity symbol, but 8 is also for me with the Eight of Swords. It's about the changes that you're making as part of your evolution. Thank you, Spirit. What do you want to say? Two of Wands. Yeah, absolutely. You have made a conscious, life-changing decision to detach from your ego, to see yourself outside of the singular, strong identity of your ego, your identity, your personality, the persona, the mask we wear. I feel within this space, you have felt within this relationship that when you have felt unseen, unwanted, taken for granted, has been an aspect of this, because bless her, the lioness does everything and the male lion just seems to be lying around. But within this space of the Two of Wands, there has been a vibrational connection, relationship between these two. And yes, there have been divine masculine, divine feminine aspects at play that you are beginning to recognize within this space. So there are opportunities for you within this ego sublimation and just to sublimely accept that you are a representation of both the feminine and the masculine, and that sometimes we tend to be more in one of those than the other. And Spirit is asking you within this Two of Wands, making a decision that you don't need to conform to expectations of others. You don't need to conform to what is considered a normal relationship. Be who you are. Be who you are. Be brave and be strong about it as well. Be authentic about it. What do you want, my darling? What do you want? What sings true for you? What resonates with you at this time about what you're wanting? Because this is part of your authentic self. So let's have a look at their... and there are messages for you, Angel. There's definitely messages for you. Thank you. Let's look at their card, Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Thank you. Tell me more. There has been a completion within them of reflection. They have come to certain understandings of, yeah, there has been a completion. The world, and look, same little bee you see on the Feast of Plenty there, same little bee all by itself. And now you've got the World card and the Sun here. They've gone from that alone honeybee to this bumblebee. Could be a honeybee, but the thing is about why Spirit has given me the word the bumblebee is because the bumblebee can fly, but it doesn't know it shouldn't. So they've come into a new sense of, which is very healthy, a sense of confidence and security about their individuality, their where they are. They've come to a place which is so healthy, and I feel you have too, of not needing another so much to be any form of salvation. You have to be happy being on your own. You have to be happy in that space to more than survive, to thrive as well. And I feel that because this is the World card and the completion and the Sun is there, this is about the inner healing that they've done. They are in a space of facing the Sun and their little buzzy wings of, you know how I talk about being in a blissful state of suspension and anticipation. And, you know, where they once felt alone and isolated, maybe now they are feeling more understood. And there is an energy about them that wishes to, if you're separated, wishes to collaborate again, wishes to come back into that community, but wishes it to be a very productive energy, a moving forward energy, not a looking back at the past. And they want to, it's a very authentic energy, thank you, Spirit, and that's why that compass was there as well. But they want to share. The World card is about sharing their experiences. They want to talk, my darling. If you're not talking, they want to have a talk. Don't rush in. You can give encouragement for a talk by the energy that you're projecting at this time, but don't rush in. Let them come to you when they're ready to talk. That's the main message. But they're ready to do that, to fly forward towards the sun, to fly forward towards further healing. And they know that you're there, ready to listen, as the Queen of Pentacles. This is a caring, motherly, nurturing energy. And the hair here is a representation of listening to understand, not just to reply. They know, they can feel your energy is one of being ready to listen, being supportive, being caring, and also being very relaxed and gentle in your approach. It's just them just getting over there. It kind of comes back to the bee, not being told it can't fly, but it does. So I think it's that encouragement as well. There has been a tower moment between you both, but there is, with this card, with the vultures, you can either look at this card two ways. You can either pick over the remnants of it, for yourselves, just for yourselves, or you can see this as an opportunity for nourishment for the soul. You can see this as an opportunity to not deconstruct it in such a way that it is destructive, but to deconstruct, to look at this aspects of what has happened in a way that is creating a stronger foundation for the future. And both of you are incredibly strong individuals, and you'll both find, and both will be given opportunities to rise up and away from this. This is kind of like the tower is the end of the old, the beginning of the new, but it's important for you. And yes, my darling, it will be tiring, it will be exhausting. It is changing aspects of yours and theirs behaviors, because you now understand why, and having compassion for that. Spirit is saying there's always going to be, don't see anything as a block, see it as a challenge. And there may be times where you might feel like you're the prickly porcupine and you want your own space, and that's fine. It's about setting healthy boundaries now, moving forward. But do take notice of what is energy that is attacking, energy that is ego driven, or energy that is looking to find a solution, wants to talk, wants you to understand, you to listen, to understand, not just to reply, because that person is loyal, is supportive, has felt that they've been carrying a lot on the weight of their shoulders. And I think they've been carrying an energy space, not just for you, but for others as well. Carrying that space is quite heavy work. But they are determined, and they are, they're finding it more difficult than they thought, but they're willing to do it because they're also stubborn like that, to kind of deviate from the path that they had taken. But they are loyal, my darling. And the Knight of Pentacles is like the tortoise in the hare. It's the one that crosses the finishing line. So there we are. Don't be surprised if you, if they want to talk, but a proper, authentic, soul-to-soul talk, not an ego-to-ego talk, which you both have experienced in the past and both have decided that you don't wish to be that way with each other again. So I trust and hope this has helped those that have come to the reading and it's resonated. I look forward to doing another reading for you next week. In the meantime, my darlings, have a very rest of a lovely Monday. Take care. Lots of love. Goodbye.